You get overpowered main characters throughout anime, some in magical isekai worlds on epic adventures travelling through the solar system. But sometimes the greatest overpowered MCs are the ones in a school setting with insane magical powers.
それを空気の壁で包んで着弾と同時に火種から引火させる
We've got a couple of series here you probably haven't heard about, so pay close attention and make sure to stick around until the end. Number 10. Qualida Code. Set against the backdrop of this epic war between mankind and the mysterious unknown, a number of children that spent decades of the war in cold sleep hibernation type facility wake up with these strange supernatural abilities. These gifted few children are trained and used to fight epic battles to defend the remaining humans. We follow Ichiya, a head student that is insanely arrogant, maybe one of the most arrogant characters in all of anime. Also, seriously lacking in conversation, Qualida Code throws in a nice childhood friendship that turns into an interesting relationship dynamic. A really fun anime that isn't afraid to dig into some heavy social commentary. Awesome fight scenes and supernatural powers that just get more and more insanely overpowered. Definitely check this out. Number 9. Welcome to Demon School, Uruma-kun. Sometimes a bit of light-hearted comedy is exactly what you want to see in a demon high school. Following the hilarious story of Aruma, a 14-year-old human that was sold to a demon by his parents. But the demon, Sullivan, isn't as bad or evil or scary as you think. He actually adopts Aruma as a grandson and enrolls him into a school for demons. It's only a matter of time before Aruma starts stacking up his tasty harem of demonesses. But of course, he can't be completely honest with them. If the other demons found out that he was a human, they would eat him immediately. So, trying his best to blend in with this foreign but similar demon world, follow Aruma on a bunch of crazy and wild adventures and ridiculous situations. Although not fully overpowered just yet, we see some seriously hidden skills from Aruna as he slowly climbs his way to insane overpowered god level. This is a journey definitely worth following. Number 8. Makinki. Makinki is actually hilariously dirty. Honestly, get used to laughing out loud because this action harem anime lays the humour and dirtiness on real thick. Takeru, our MC, is one of the filthiest characters you will ever see in anime. Being constantly surrounded by pretty girls definitely doesn't help. Takeru soon learns that this new school is specifically for students with a strong grasp of magical and spiritual energies. Powerful sacred weapons wielders, the students are tested through combat matches. We soon become aware of Takeru's sheer strength and he immediately gains the love and affection of many of the school students. A constant hilarious juggling act of Takeru trying to improve his powers while managing all these beautiful ladies makes Makinki one of the best animes in its class. Number 7. Kenja no Mago. A classic isekai opener, we have a hard-working young adult that really has no enjoyment in his life. After a tragic accident, he finds himself waking up in a strange and foreign world. Adopted by a powerful magician that trains him, the story picks off as he joins a school to further develop his powers. Considering his insane teachings, our hero is unbelievably powerful, borderline overpowered. Except of course for one vital thing that the powerful magician forgot to teach: common sense. That's right, our hero is a next level fighter with S-rank combat skills, even creating his own magic skill. He actually uses his understanding of our real life technology to make this magic even stronger. But the fact that he lacks common sense really sets this series apart from the rest and makes it one of the greats. A very interesting spin on the classic isekai type backdrop that goes to very interesting places. Seriously, you have to check out Wise Man's Grandchild. Number 6. Dragonar Academy.
理屈なんてどうでもいい。
This is a series that takes the classic and just polishes it till it shines. Dragonar Academy takes a close look at what makes a fantasy harem anime really great and takes it to the next level. An interesting backstory, some brilliant characters with extremely refreshing chemistry. Dragonar Academy doesn't innovate, but does what it sets out to do really well. Set in a world of dragons and breeders, magically linked through an astral flow, these riders attend a magical academy in order to improve their skills with their dragons. We follow Ask Blade, a real problem child that's been rumoured to be the future Dragon Master. Even his dragon, Echo, arrives in the form of a beautiful girl. A beautiful romantic comedy with some very intense aerial battles and races with dragons and dragon riders. A great relationship blossoms between Echo and Ash Blake, as this story really starts to thicken and we learn more and more about the mythical universe of Dragonair Academy. Number 5. Kyukai no Katana. An awesome dark fantasy romance with some very intimate and likeable characters makes Beyond the Boundary a very unique and engaging watch. Set in a seemingly normal high school, Beyond the Boundary shakes things up from the very first minute and takes us on a wild ride into the supernatural. Follow high school student Akito as we attempt to save Mariah from committing suicide. Yeah, pretty heavy first episode. Mariah accidentally stabs her saviour and we learn that Akito is actually an immortal supernatural being. We then learn that Mariah is actually a spirit world warrior. Yeah, this is definitely a lot to take in, but once you understand their real backstories, Beyond the Boundary really kicks off, as these two complete opposite beings team up and help each other both inside and out. A very intimate and raw look at two outcasts that need each other more and more with each episode. Number 4. World Break. Aria of Curse for a Holy Swordsman. The title is a bit of a mouthful, but this anime definitely gives you a lot to chew on. A really fun action fantasy mix with a slow burning harem. World Break starts off as a successful light novel series that developed into both a brilliant manga and anime series. World Break sets up some really interesting and engaging plots from very early on. Even the most distant story arcs still feel heavily motivated and important towards the overarching story. Primarily taking place at the prestigious Akane Academy, a school for students with special powers trained to battle and defeat monsters. Mohora Haimura, our hero, has memories of past lives as a prince and swordmaster, as well as memories as a mage and a king of the netherworld. These memories grant Mohora insanely strong sword and magic skills and make him so insanely overpowered. The story of World Break has a lot to go into, from the interesting characters in his harem to exploring the backstories of Mahora's past lives. A really brilliant series with fantastic pacing that never wastes any time. Number 3. 100. There is a serious shortage of high-quality mecha anime series around. 100 gets their name from a weapon that has the ability to change its shape into hundreds of different forms. As the most powerful weapon we have, they are the only line of defense against the mysterious life form attacking planet Earth. Not just anyone can wield these extremely powerful weapons. The selected few are called Slayers and undergo serious training in order to increase their power level. Enrolling in a Slayer Academy, we follow Hayato as he hones his skills. The plot of Hundreds twists in an interesting direction. A mysterious companion, Emily, that knows our hero from somewhere, helps develop the plot in a very interesting and unique fashion. Hayato has encountered one of these alien life forms, turning him into a variant, an extremely high-powered 100 user, one that could hopefully save the world. Number 2. Baka to test to Shoukanju. Usually overpowered animes tend to enter the action and fighting genres. Baka and Test is a pure comedy through and through. Big anime fans could tell you immediately that Baka is Japanese for an idiot, and that's our main character. Akisha, our resident Baka, attends an extremely strict academy where students are split up according to their academic grades. Better classes mean better benefits, things like air conditioners, a free snack bar, even laptops, as opposed to the lowest bottom of the barrel class F. The main focus of this series is a really engaging love triangle, but set against a very interesting backing of the supernatural. Summoned spiritual beings that are used in battles between the classes, Baka and Test have a lot of interesting avenues to place on its comedic and hilarious characters in. A great watch with some brilliant characters and pretty impressive battles, Baka and Test honestly had us rolling on the floor laughing. Do yourself a favour and check it out now. And number 1, Dragon Crisis. This is the sort of anime that makes us really angry because we want more. Thankfully enough, the light novel it's based on ran for quite a while, letting us see more of this brilliant fantasy world and learn more about its fantastic cast of characters. Follow Ryuji, a normal teenager that lives a reasonably peaceful life, kicked off with the return of his second cousin, Eriko. This calm high school life of Ryuji's is catapulted into shady organizations and undercover dealings with a mysterious collection known as Fang. Next thing you know, a strange and beautiful dragon girl comes into his life. From the time of a reasonably normal high schooler, the story of Dragon Crisis really fleshes out in a very interesting way. As we start to learn of this world of magic that lies just beneath the surface, the Dragon Crisis really knows anime and definitely knows how to play with their viewers. A very fresh and enjoyable spin on the action fantasy genre with some intuitive dashes of romantic comedy thrown in.